So today I want to ask or answer this question: how do I be less critical of my child, or less overbearing, or less being too overprotective of my child? Because I don't want to become like my parents. How much similar that I am to my parents. And I want to address this first and foremost is that a lot of times when we see some of these negative traits that we have as our parents, we start going like, oh no, I'm doing something wrong and I don't want to do that. And I want to just give you the reassurance that you are trying to be a good parent. And yes, you have been doing some of those things because of the unawareness, the subconscious um, upbringing that your parents had given you, so you're in a way instilling those things to your kids. And now, rather than how do I do less of these bad things, and because sometimes when we think that these things are bad, it's actually very exhausting. First of all, we're judging ourselves for it, and then second of all, especially when we're tired, sometimes we can't stop doing those things. So rather than how do I stop doing these things, one of my questions is, can you become aware of why you're doing these things? And especially if I'm to ask you this question, if your kid is to mess up, and whatever mess up means, messing the lives up means to you, and you may want to even list out what are some of these things that you deem your child to be messing up, right? So there are a lot of layers to become aware of. When you think about if your child is to mess things up in their lives, what does it mean for you as a parent? What does it mean for you? What do you say about yourself when your kids mess up? And I'm asking you this question because, first of all, when we're not aware of these things and we gave birth to a child, or when we start raising our child, our identity is very much enmeshed in their being, right? How they turn out is a reflection of who we are. If my son is to be great at this thing, it's because look at me, I'm a great parent, I put so much effort and energy into them, look at me. And when my son failed, or when he did something bad, oh no, I'm a bad parent, I failed as a parent, right? So we envision our identity is very much within their actions and non-actions, or how they turn out. So when you can tease out your identity from their identity, and then say, what does that mean for me? And then now you can start doing the work to say, oh, okay, can I work on, if they mess up, whatever they are choosing to do or not to do, it has nothing to do with whether or not I'm a good parent or not, right? So that's one layer of things. And then the other layer of things is, once you become aware of this, then you can say, okay, well, because I keep criticizing my child, part of it is because I just have a very strong inner critic, like me, a strong inner critic of myself. Whatever I did wrong, my inner critic comes down of me, or whenever I did something and it's not enough, I start yelling at myself. So the other part is, I have to start working on how can I love myself. How can I be more supportive of myself? How can I validate myself, my self-worth, without needing it to be them, how they grow up? Their success or their failure has nothing to do with my worth. And also, can I choose something that I'm really passionate about, so my focus is on me rather than all my focus is on my kids? And I know that this last part is a little bit difficult, especially when we're so busy. But at the end of the day, we got to focus on ourselves, because when we keep focusing on other people and we neglect ourselves, then resentment starts to grow, may start to grow sometimes, because we're like, then we go into the, oh, I've sacrificed all of my dreams for you, so now you're not doing this for me. So it's a very it's a place that is very difficult to it's like a push pull kind of situation, and we have to take back some of our power to say, I am focusing on me because I'm worthy to be focused on. So those are some of the areas that you can start working on in order to build a better relationship, a more encouraging relationship with your kids. Because once you start validating yourself, loving yourself, then you'll automatically be doing all those for your child. And that's it for today. I would love for you to share with me any of your aha moments, or if there's something that you're struggling with, I would love to hear it from you. And if you feel you need further assistance in exploring this topic, as a mom of a 7-year-old son, I get it. And for a mom to have gone through the process of, oh, I feel guilty putting so much effort and energy in my son, or sometimes I end up yelling at my son, I get all of these feelings, and I understand where you're at. So I would love to have a chat with you. That's all for today. Until next time.